to them. He used to send to Imam Malik 100 dinar every year, and he wrote to him that he has a that he had a loan, so he sent him 500 dinar in gold. You It's 4.5 a gram of it's like 450 grams of gold. And Malik, he wrote to him one time that I need to uh, give something to give my daughter something when she's married. So he sent him 30 camels full of that item that he has. And a woman came to him one time and she said, my son wish he could have honey. And so he ordered his servant to give her 120 gallons. It's like 120 pounds or 150 pounds actually. He was very humble. He used to feed the young by himself, and he will always serve the needy. And all the judges in Egypt and all their scholars, they go under his order. I will listen that no one asked him a given except he gave it to him, or any need, he will give it to him. He will do it for him. Imam Shahi said that Al-Layth is more scholar than Malik, except that people did not understand him, did not spread his knowledge. But the students of Malik, they did. That's why Malik's knowledge was taken to people. This is just something about Ramadan, about some of our history. Allah talk about some people who change the words more than what they're supposed to, and they choose a different meaning more than what Allah intended to. And the preference about the people, like when Allah said about the people of Bani sons of Israel, that He preferred over others or people, that it was that generation that was with Musa, and also it has one condition, that they follow Allah Azza wa Jal and they stay with the covenant of Allah. Allah don't have any preference over nation over other. The only thing is by piety, by obedience to Allah. I'll give you an example that explains it. Allah said about you, those people of Muhammad, you were the best nation, came to people, you ordain what is good and forbid what's evil. This goodness is attached to what? To believe in Allah, to ordain what's good and forbid what is evil. Does the Arab who are scholars, who's secular or atheist, who did not have anything with Islam, and they threw Islam behind their back, are they among the best of nations? No, of course not. One of the poets, he died, he said, how could an ummah be the best if they are just doing drugs and getting drunk all the time and they sleepy all the time. It is Allah who said that you ordain what is good and forbid what is evil and believe in Allah. This is how you gain the preference that Allah talked about. You're the best nation that came to humanity. The Jews, they claim that no one enter paradise except who is a Jew or a Christian. Allah said, okay, bring me your proof if you are truthful. Only those who are good and they seek only Allah, they will enter it. And the Jewish, they said, we are the sons of Allah and their beloved one. Then Allah replied, why would He punish you with your sins? You are nothing but a human being that, like others, from the thing that He created. So when these people stayed away from the order of Allah, when they broke the covenant with Allah and the promise, what did Allah say about them? He said they were humiliated everywhere they go, except with a connection with Allah and with people, and they stayed with anger from Allah. That's because they used to disbelieve in Allah and kill the messengers, the prophets, unjustly, and that's what they did, and they used to transgress on. Also, Surah Nisa, with their break to their covenant and disbelief in the sons of Allah and killing the prophets with no reason, and saying that their hearts are hardened, Allah sealed on it because of their disbelief and because of what they claimed falsely on Maryam and their claim that they killed the Messiah. They did not kill him, but it was look-alike to them. And Allah mentioned that He's going to do severe punishment for them, the same meaning. And also when Allah has gave permission that He will send to them until the day of judgment those who is going to give them their severe punishment. Allah is severe in punishment and He's most forgiving. Allah said that we have spread them in earth. Some are good and some are beyond that, and we touch them with punishment so they might come back. And some of them came after them, they inherited the book and they take some part of the book and they say that we will be forgiven. They will have another one after that. They were not supposed to say anything but the truth on Allah, and the hereafter is better for those who fear Allah. Shouldn't you compliment? And also, like we said yesterday, when they broke the covenant of Allah at the time of Musa alayhi salam, Allah punished them at the time when His prophet among them, and he's still alive, and He made them get lost in the desert for 40 years. And Allah said, and when Musa told his sons that you have done yourself wrong when you took the bull as your Lord, so repent to your Creator and kill yourselves. It is better for you, the one who created you, and He's most forgiving. And He said those who took the bull as a Lord, they will have humiliation in this life and punishment, and this is how we punish those who dare. So this preference that Allah gave to the sons of Israel at the time of Musa alayhi salam is gone because they took the bull as a Lord. Musa forgot. So the Samari who claimed this is their Lord, because when they claim the bull is their Lord. Anyway, the Jews, they said that Al Sawy is the son of Allah. This dare to come and attack Allah directly like this, they are going to be cursed and doomed from the hell, from the mercy of Allah. And Allah also said, listen to what those who claim that Allah is poor and they are rich. and then we'll tell them, taste the punishment of the fire. So to claim falsely that only a few days that the people will come, they claim that they're gonna go to the hellfire only 40 days. And Allah said, did you take a promise from Allah, or are you claiming from Allah what you didn't know? They said that Allah has created the heavens and earth in 6 days, so He took Saturday as a day off. And Allah said that we have created the heavens and earth and what's in between in 6 days, and we did not get even a hint of tiredness. Also, they claim that Allah has regret of drowning people in the flood, and they said that He cried and his eyes get swollen, and He cut His finger off regret. All these false claims that they have on Allah Azza wa Jal are beyond what we could describe, and this is described Allah Azza wa Jal. And if we talk about what they say about their own falsehood about their prophets, like they claim that Harun, he made his own Lord and he used to worship it by himself. And Sawy said, I took something from the prophet and I overdid it, and that's how my soul took it. And Harun was among the first to deny this became a restaurant. And the first thing that Allah has put the freedom of Harun from them, where He said to them before, oh my people, you were tested, so follow me, follow my orders. They said, no, we will not do that until Musa comes back. So they claimed that Musa had drunk until he became drunk, and then he slept with his own daughters and made them both pregnant. How could they dare to say that about some of the top prophets? Allah is the one who knows where He's going to choose His chosen people. They claimed even that Sulaiman became idol worshipper. And Allah said, Salam never made this, never disbelieved in Allah. Indeed, the shayateen, they disbelieved in Allah. They teach people with the magic. And they also made falsehood about other prophets. We could go on and on about their breaking of the covenants of Allah, but for them or for us in this nation, we're not relatives to Allah. The Sheikh said that without Islam we are worthless. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal the goodness. Now we go back to Allah saying, and believe of what I had descended, that is verified to what you have in your hand. And Allah said, do not be among the first to disbelieve in it from the sons of Israel. Allah is addressing the Jews in Al-Madinah, and others beat them to disbelieve in Allah. So Allah said, do not be among the first to disbelieve in it, meaning now you have reached the message of Allah, so don't be among the first who disbelieve in Allah. And you know the truth, that it is the truth from your Lord. Those who we gave the book, they knew it just like they know their own sons. Some of the scholars said But anyway, whomever disbelieved Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he had disbelieved in the whole Quran. And Allah said, do not buy with my signs a cheap price. Everything in this life, if you compare it to the signs of Allah, they are nothing. The abundance and the it's not by money. You have to look at the higher value with Allah Azza wa Jal and the hereafter. That's how you look at everything in this life. It's very cheap, and it's leaving and moving. Every bounty of this life will go away and spoil, but in Jannah there's no way anything will change. So no matter what you were given of everything, and if you look at both sides of the coin, everything is not for anything. It's just for this life. It's useless, but everything you do for Allah Azza wa Jalla, Allah preserve it. And the Sheikhs recite poetry in that regard. Oh my Lord, what did He find those who lost, and would they lose those who found You? Everything in this life, when you compare it to the sons of Allah, they are nothing. This is talking the sons of Israel because they wanted to get their leadership, and they don't like that the sons of Israel go from their side to so they kept what they know, the truth. Everything they know, that they know more, just like their sons, just because they care about the leadership and the worldly things that's going to demolish. Just like those who worship the idols before, the only thing one of the reasons they refused the to believe in Allah and wanted to continue the idol worshipping, because they used to benefit from everything that was given to those idols. And you see that same action is happening to those who stay around somebody's grave, and they don't want to do anyone to mess with their whatever they get. And the Sheikh is saying a poetry of the same meaning, that the dead, they have thousands and a lot of money, and they're not getting anything out of it. And out of 1,000 to 1,000, the people in jail will be getting their sustenance. Allah said, do not mix the truth with falsehood. You have truth before the change, and you know it, and you are hiding it. Allah said, and I'm giving glad time of a prophet that comes after me. His name is Ahmad. To confuse people with the book falsely. How dare they dare to change the book of Allah? Remember the story about the two who committed adultery, and they went to the Prophet ﷺ thinking that they could get some kind of excuse. But the Prophet ﷺ told them, what do you find about the person who committed this kind of adultery? You just told us that you are the people of the book. They said, they will be whipped and they will be exposed. They used to expose people by put them on the back of a donkey backwards, and they make him walk around. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud went there, and they claimed that they had the truth. He said, "No, you lied." He said, "Bring the Torah," and they gave it to someone, and he put his hand on the ayah, and he told him to raise his hand. Then the ayah of the stone in the people who commit adultery is there. So the Prophet ﷺ said, "I'm the first one who resurrected your order without getting lost." And the Prophet ﷺ asked him, "What is the first thing you get in the sake of Allah?" And they told him the story about how two dignitaries, they wipe that the punishment for those who commit adultery. So when the kings they don't want to punish the dignitaries, they want to punish the others, but then they don't want to do that, so they just changed the rules of Allah Azza wa Jal, and they made up their own punishment for the rules, and they changed in the rule of Allah Azza wa Jal. So Allah is saying, indeed there is a warning for those who write the book in their own hand and they claim this is from Allah, to buy something minor in this life. And then Allah said, establish the prayers and give the charity and prostrate among the those who prostrate, meaning establish the prayers with the Prophet ﷺ and give the zakah of your money to him. That's after they embrace Islam, because all of this is not accepted if they do not embrace Islam. Allah said, establish the prayers and give the charity and prostrate with those who prostrate where it is cold. And with this they say it is good to fulfill the call to the adhan and not to be behind the group, the congregation. And Mr. said, whomever wish to see Allah freely, let him take these 5 prayers and do them on time, because Allah gave the Prophet ﷺ the sunnah of guidance. And if you prayed in your own houses like this person, then you would have left the sunnah of your Prophet ﷺ, and no one could perfect his tuhur wudu, and he walked toward one of the masjids. Allah will write to him for every step a hasana and raise him one status and take out a sin. And we have seen us, and none of us will stay away from jihad except someone who is known for his hypocrisy. And the man used to be brought, and he will stay between you until the rose is straightened. And more strong, the hadith of Abu Hurairah, who said from the sin of the Prophet ﷺ that the heaviest prayer on the hypocrites is Al-Fajr and Isha. And if people knew what's in them, they would have got to them, even if it is and I would like to establish the prayers and ask someone to lead the prayers. And I will go with some men who have some wood to people who do not witness the prayers, so I burn their own houses. And this is some of the things you found about to understand about the influence of the group, especially like this one. And this is for those who heard the adhan, but those who are far away from the and you hear the adhan from one high place where his voice will reach to the سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. We'll continue tomorrow, inshallah.